Welcome back to Game Time. Take a look at this. The NBA on TNT Premier Week, presented by Autotrader.com. It's coming your way Tuesday, October 30th. The Celtics and the Heat in a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Finals at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Ray Allen takes on his former team. And at 10:30, the Mavericks and the Lakers. The Laker debut of Dwight Howard and Steve Nash. Will Kobe Bryant's foot allow him to play? A lot of drama at Staples on Tuesday night, only on TNT. All right, let's talk about the Celtics side of this thing. Rajon Rondo leads the NBA in assists last season. Dennis, tell me, this feels like a Rondo game, right? Everybody's eye on it. TNT, he's playing the Heat. What do you expect from Rondo? Do you expect a triple-double here in the opener?
I expect, first of all, a huge year by Rondo. The keys of the car have been handed to him by KG and Paul Pierce. And even Doc Rivers said, Rondo, I don't know what the numbers are, but you have to be special. You have to be that guy. Every night people are saying, wow, look at Rondo. He's making jump shots. Look at Rondo. He should be in the conversation for MVP. Beginning of the preseason, I said, I would never want to do that. But after being around Doc, going up there for a real training camp and talk to him, yes, Rondo has to be an MVP-type candidate if the Celtics think they want to go deep.
And, Smitty, how do things change for Paul Pierce now that Ray Allen is playing for the Miami Heat? Does Pierce get more shots? Does he become more of an offensive focal point? Or is it just the same Paul Pierce we saw last year?
Well, I think it's the same Paul Pierce, but a healthier Paul Pierce. I didn't think he was healthy, especially looking at Game 7 against the Miami Heat, the Eastern Conference Finals. And the reason why I said the same is because, yes, you have Ray Allen. It's hard to replace a Ray Allen, but you still have Courtney Lee, who can spread the court, not as well as Ray Allen. And then you bring in Jason Terry, who does it pretty well. And then also he can create for himself. So I look at Paul Pierce being healthier, chip on your shoulder because of last year, and also angry because the Heat will be receiving their rings. So I'm looking at this game as the Boston Celtics. They're deeper than last year. They have Doc Rivers, and they're up front. They're bigger, and they're a little bit more athletic. So I think this is going to be a good year for the Celtics.
And, DZ, talk to me about the center matchup. It's a couple of power forwards that have many, many all-star trips as power forwards, now battling as centers. I'm talking about Kevin Garnett and Chris Bosh, both sliding from 4 to 5.
Such a great point, because both guys early in their career, we've said they should go a little deeper into the paint, play a little more 5. Neither guy wanted to do it. Now both guys who have bought into it, of course, Bosh getting his first ring, and Kevin Garnett realizing that he can play a little bit longer in his career. He's still, in my opinion, the best defender on the weak side because he's always talking. Early in his career, people say, well, Kevin Garnett stopped running his mouth. No, that's part of his defensive prowess, making sure everyone's in their right spot, making sure everyone knows where he needs to rotate, and that shot right there, he can still knock down that mid-range shot late in the ball game.
What about Jason Terry, Boston Celtic?
Ooh. You know, you start to look at players and say, does he fit?
Right.
Jason Terry fits. I mean,
perfectly, right?
Yes. Perfectly. He can shoot the 3. He doesn't mind coming off the bench. He's not caught up in whether he starts or not. And then when you start to look at him, because he has the ability to create his own shot and for others, and for some reason, for me, Jason Terry, we always talk about guys playing beyond their years. He hasn't slowed down. He's still beating guys off the dribble. He's still getting up and down. And I think another added dimension for him that's different maybe than Ray Allen, obviously because Ray was banged up a little bit. He can get out and run and create an offensive lane or offensive opening for somebody else with his speed without the basketball.
Yes, it is Ray Allen's debut with the Heat. It is Jason Terry's debut with the Celtics. We can't wait. Now, shifting gears to TNT's 10:30 game on Tuesday between the Lakers and Mavericks. This game will mark the regular season Laker debuts for Dwight Howard and Steve Nash. But will Kobe Bryant be in uniform to join in the fun? Kobe, who is considered questionable for the opener, has been sidelined since October 21st with a strained right foot. Pau Gasol told reporters, quote, "It's no joke. It's a little bit concerning," end quote. Dwight Howard told reporters, quote, "He seems down because he can't get out there and practice with us. He's trying to nurse his foot," end quote. Guys, DZ specifically, none of this sounds good.
It sounds good to me because Kobe has everybody fooled. Kobe Bryant, you're not fooling me. This is year, 16, 17 year? I understand what you need to do. You got a lot of miles on that car. I don't know if it's a Bentley, I don't know if it's Ferrari, whatever it is. It's a nice car. It's a classic. So you don't need to put these extra miles on in the preseason. You got to get that bad boy fine-tuned, ready to go, nice and shiny. So when the jump ball's ready to go, you're ready to go. So all Laker fans, Kobe Bryant fans, we know Kobe Bryant's going to play.
You know, you talk about his history. 3D hit it. I'll be surprised if he doesn't play. But Laker fans, if he doesn't play in that opener, you should have something to worry because he doesn't miss games. He doesn't miss big moments. And I think if he doesn't play, then that has to be a lot of concerns to the Lakers organization because he's hurt. He's one of those superstars, one of those players. If he can play at any percentage, he's going to play. I think you have to really basically cut his foot off for him not to play, and he'll probably still come out there on some roller skates and try to play. But Kobe Bryant will play if he's able.
What do you expect from Dwight Howard in his Laker debut?
Well, I think he'll be so pumped up. I think when you start to look at it, watching him in the preseason, obviously he's going to grab every rebound. He's going to block every shot, long as he don't be too excited and get into foul trouble. But on the offensive end, I think he's going to have about 19 dunks. I mean, because they have great passes from Pau Gasol to Kobe Bryant and Steve Nash. So that's dunk after dunk after dunk. So as long as he's not too amped up 3D and Rick, where he can stay out of foul trouble, I think he's going to be fine.
That's the key. Stay emotionally, balanced. You'll have a fine game, double-double, block a lot of shots. And to all those dunks, I'll be saying Nerf hoop a lot.
He's going to be pretty hyped for that
Yes,
Laker
he is.
debut. And so is Steve Nash, obviously. Now, this is a reunion game for Steve Nash. Played 6 years for the Dallas Mavericks from 1998 to 2004. We know Nash's good buddy Dirk Nowitzki will not be playing in this game following knee surgery. But if Kobe can't play, and you're saying he will, but talk about, kind of a yin and yang here with Nash. How does he play with Kobe? And if Kobe can't play, what do you expect from Nash?
Well, when Kobe's on the floor, obviously you're always going to look for him. The offense will still go through him from time to time. When Kobe's not on the floor, Nash looks to score a little bit more. If Jody Meeks is on the floor, he has somebody who can knock down shots like when he was in Phoenix. So I look for Steve Nash to still play his game, look for a few tweaks. Obviously, he has more talent around him to distribute the basketball. But I look for Steve Nash to still dribble that basketball, get into the paint, and cause havoc.
3D and Rick, I look at it as this, like you said, but I think I take it to a step further. I would love to see him running with the second unit even more, because the Kobe Bryant can get his shots and can play with or without Steve Nash. But I think if you have a Steve Nash getting easy buckets for guys who can't get their own, I think also seeing Steve Nash, this is the way you'll see Steve Nash finish games with some other guys until it's time for the closer. So I love to see Steve Nash without Kobe Bryant, because then this is a guy that maybe Mike Brown can start thinking about and say, hey, let me get him out early and let him come back with the second unit.
Interesting. TNT knows drama. They have a fantastic doubleheader Tuesday night, opening night of the 2012-13 NBA season. It's time for a break, but on the other side, we say hello, Brooklyn.
Hello.
D. Will and the Nets host the Knicks at the Barclays Center on Thursday night. We'll preview that rivalry game next.